Hello, and welcome to the New Orleans Jazz Museum. On behalf of the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park, we're so delighted to have this wonderful partnership with the New Orleans Jazz Museum to provide free concerts for our visitors and guests throughout the week. The mission of the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park is to instill a public appreciation for the music, history, and culture, and as well be a global leader in promoting and protecting this rich American art form. It is March, and that means it is Women's History Month. And yes, hand clap to that. And although we are honoring and celebrating and exposing the women of New Orleans and the artists, we as the National Park Service definitely take care of women that are a part of our community throughout the whole entire year, just not for 1 month. Just want to put that out there. But today we have a very special pianist, composer, songwriter, artist, and she's so special that she was able to get these programs out to you. This is unheard of. Normally they don't have programs, so this is a very special program. And please take out time to read through it. But she is an amazing pianist, has traveled throughout the States, has definitely developed her skills through the church and outside of it. And so she's going to grace us with some original music. Actually, the whole entire set list is original works. So please, without further ado, silence your cell phones, get back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome up, Miss Linda Aubert.
Wow, so many people. Thank you so much for being here. I truly hope you enjoy the show. Thank you. That song is called I Can't Believe It Was You, that I wrote, as Jade Purdue said. I love her name. Her name is Jade Purdue. Did she tell you her name, the one who introduced me? Her name is Jade Purdue. Isn't it a fabulous name? Oh, my God. Okay, so anyway, listen, I'm going to continue. This is a very special show. I went to film scoring school, and I completed film scoring school. And I love doing music to visuals. So today I decided to do something very special for you called Music and Masterpiece, which is going to be the second part of the show. But the first part of the show, some of you who may have heard me already or have seen my show here on Piano Hour, you may know that I do like to improvise to emotions or moods. So I started a recording series, a record series called Nude Moods and Melodies. So I thought I would call, and I had a song on. I got in the mood, and I took everything, all of the instrumental tunes I had online that were available for streaming down. I got mad at the record business because I was making a penny or two, and I said, okay, well, let me figure out what else I'm going to do about it. Yes. Because it's just like, just working for nothing. But anyway, be that as it may, the concept of Nude Moods and Melodies is just still very much alive. And I wanted to integrate it with the Music and Masterpiece. So today, the first part of this show is going to be Nude Moods and Melodies, piano improvisations, and I have the moods that I'm going to play to describe musically, written out for you. The first one is called Loved. I've gotten a lot of requests for that one. I tell you what, when you're loud, there's not too much more you have to say, right? It just feels so good. All right, now this one is called Cheerful. The mood, that is. Thank you. this one is something that I don't know if any of you ladies or you men have challenges with depression sometimes. I know as an artist I do. Not that much, not too much. But as needed, I do take bupropion for depression. But I'm not very depressed. But so this next one. So I struggled with wanting to do this next one. But I put it there because it is a very real mood that you can get in, and that you certainly have to get over, and moreover, I get over it all the time. I don't, and the bupropion helps. So, but it really, really does. So anyway, this is called this mood I'm going to describe musically is depressed. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not very grumpy. But anyway, that was kind of grumpy. Anyway, this is called, this is going to be a mad mood. Try to madden this mood up. Okay, and the last one in this first part is called Lonely. Any single people here? We got some single folks. Don't you get lonely a little bit? Sometimes. Kind of nice to be alone if you're with somebody. Somebody gets on your nerves, and it's not so bad. It's not so bad, but to be alone. But lonely. We're supposed to have somebody. But anyway, this is called Lonely. Hope you like it. Thank you. I would like to share with you something now that is very meaningful to me and very meaningful to New Orleans. Modern jazz is something that in learning to improvise, I wanted to emulate some of the jazz players. It's a very, very, very difficult music to do, but in learning how to improvise, it became a part of what my improvisation is. However, when I went to film scoring school, I learned how to, and with having a classical background, I learned to put those things together. Anyway, this next section here, I want to celebrate the modern jazz masters of New Orleans, the original modern jazz masters of New Orleans. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them because I think it's really, really important. And I've got a project coming up that I'm hoping I'll be able to continue the legacy of these great men in jazz, these great men in jazz. So now, I'm calling it the future of our past, because it was a book. The Silver Book was a book written by Harold Baptiste. It was a compilation of a lot of music by the jazz masters in New Orleans. And Harold Baptiste, in case you don't know him, was a pianist, a saxophonist, a clarinetist, a composer, arranger, and conductor. And some of you I know are old enough to remember the Sonny and Cher show, right? Well, he was a conductor and arranger for that show, right out of New Orleans, because of his jazz, because of his learning how to improvise, because of him learning how to arrange and write that music. Anyway, so his Silver Book is still available in case you are interested in getting it. If any musicians in the house, it has the music of Alice Marcellus, clarinetist composer Alvin Baptiste. I think Richard Payne has tuned it, and then there's Ed Blackwell, and also James Black has a couple of tunes. It's a great book. It has some of the classic modern jazz songs of these men, and I am so proud to say that I knew all of the only one that I didn't have a chance to. An opportunity, I should say, to work with was Ed Blackwell. But the others, Alice Marcellus was a friend and encourager, and he even asked me to write lyrics to one. I'm a lyricist here, to one of his tunes, and the tune's called Friendship. I can't wait to have someone sing that one. And also Alvin Baptiste, who was a clarinetist and composer. I had the privilege of working with him on a couple of different occasions on some projects, but the main thing I remember, I had won the best vocalist competition at the Mobile Jazz Festival some years ago, and I was asked to sing with the Southerns Band to go up to the Collegiate Jazz Festival. So I did that, and it was really so fun watching him conduct, and it was just awesome. And then Richie Payne and I, who was a bassist, he and I worked at the Playboy Club for a long time. I sang at the Playboy Club, he played bass, and then later, because being an instrumentalist, after he left, I started playing bass. I mean, it was just a wonderful thing. So this song I'm getting ready to play is an original tune that I'm dedicating to them. It's called Guess Who Just Walked In? Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to go to the second half of the show where in your programs, I'd like you to take a look. The first counterpart to this visual is really interesting. The artist is artist Wheeler Waring. I found this. This is not her tip. She typically does portraitures, and she was involved in she was a part of the Harlem Renaissance. But I found this painting. It was an early painting of hers. She was an artist, educator, and she was born in 1987, and she passed away in 1948. So it's from way a long time ago, but I could imagine how, as an artist and as an African American, and thinking of Africa, how she may have conceived this painting. And it's called Egypt and Spring. So I'm going to try to do what I hear for this. It's kind of complicated, but anyway, it's called Egypt and Spring. See what you think. Now, Alma Woodsy Thomas was also an artist educator. She was an abstract expressionist, and she was born in 1891, passed away not so very long ago, in 1978. And she was well known for her mosaics. And when I first saw this, and said, this was the closest thing to something I could understand, because she drew flowers in mosaics, but you never literally saw the flowers, but this was how she described it. And if you ever see pictures of her, and at that, I could really understand how she came up with the concept, because I think she was, I don't want to say boxed in, but she had to stay in a certain form to express herself as a woman. And she became very famous for this, and I can't. If you see pictures of her, you maybe there's one picture I saw of her. It made me understand what her mosaics are about, and so this one is called Rhythm and Color. Now, this next one by Norman Lewis, who was born in Harlem, and he didn't want to conform to some of the art that he had been doing. He needed to express himself differently, so he began doing, he started doing abstract expressionism, and this is one of his popular paintings. He was born in, I got the wrong dates here, but anyway, he passed away in 1979, and he was born in Harlem, New York. And this is called Procession. I wrote down the wrong notes. Thank you very much. Interestingly, if you look at that picture, you'll see a woman's shoe at the bottom toward the left. So, I'm not sure what he meant. I'd love to ask him why he put that shoe there. I guess it meant people were walking. Men and women are walking. Anyway, this next one, I love this painting, and I love this artist who is a friend of mine. Her name is Melissa Bonin. And I've worked with her before doing music to her masterpieces. And this one is called Dances on Waters. You might want to look her up. She's got some beautiful, she is a Louisiana landscape artist. That's what she's known as. You may have heard of her. But she's got some wonderful work. So this is called Dances on Water. Thank you. And now that piece, I'm sure he's looking, he got very excited, Jim Bilger did, when I told him I was going to use one of his pieces. And this actually was a play that he produced, The Harmony of Chaos. I'm over my time. Okay, anyway, The Harmony of Chaos, just thought it was just so great to express. So anyway, I'm going to close the show because they're getting ready to kick me out with this last one that is, I have not met this artist, but I'm so excited about this I call her Miss Teedy. But she, Kendry Scheck Snyder, she was born in around 1987 in New Orleans. She learned to draw from cartoons and paints murals and all kinds of stuff. And I call her work, it's not labeled, but I call it abstract expressionism, abstract realism, and realism. So this is Teedy. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I didn't know that it was so long, but I do hope you enjoyed it. And I don't have time for one more, do I? No. Okay, forget it. All right. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you next time. And thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Miss Linda Aubert, everyone. They can't stop clapping. You just moved them so much. With the wonderful music I told y'all were going to have a wonderful program. So if you would like to find out more about Miss Linda Aubert, please come up after the show and get her contact. You can stay in touch with National Park Service at nps.gov/jazz, and also check out our social media at NOLA Jazz NHP on Instagram and Facebook. And I believe that's all. Check us down the street at 419 Decatur. See you next time.